から早くどいて。
Watari-kun, Watari-kun, Watari-kun. Okay, my friends, so this show is back to pissing me off a little bit. I think that I know, you know, we know that at the end of the day, the confession that was going to happen or is going to happen between Ishihara and Naoto, it's going to end with him going like, I'm not sure, or I don't think I'm ready at this time, or we know that he's going to end with some kind of BS. Because that's just the way that this show is programmed. And the other thing that I thought about too is, you know, last week was my make or break it. I was like, okay, I'm going to make a decision. Do we keep watching the show or do we not keep watching the show based off of episode number 5? Obviously, this is episode number 6. So, you know, the big thing was like, do we keep watching or not? Well, last week was a decent enough episode. And I thought it made enough of a leap, enough of a jump, and it was interesting enough to hold my interest that I was like, okay, we'll give it one more. And at this point, I kind of feel like it's like, you know, hitting yourself in the face. It's like self-damaging at this point because I'm like, okay, I want to see what's going to happen, but the writing's kind of on the wall. Because again, at the end of the this episode had Ishihara finally in a very scantily clad predicament, you know, while they were in the boys' changing room. She, you know, Naoto lands on her and puts his hand on her titty McBitty, whatever, and she screams out, "I like you," and then she doubles down later, right? She doesn't completely back down. She doubles down later on in the episode and it's like, okay, hey, are we going out or not? Like, you know, she's like, I confessed, I did my part. Are we going out or not? Right. And then at the end of the episode, so I like that, by the way. I think Ishihara at this point, you know, top notch. And at the end of the episode, you know, it ends with Naoto saying like, hey, okay, let me give you a proper answer. And we know that that proper answer is going to be like, I'm not ready, or I'm unsure, or like, we know it's not going to be like, let's go out. That's what it should be, right? It should be like, you know, hey, let's go out. Let's try it. Let's try the thing. But we know this episode that he's been with Satsuki, he's been confused about not only his past feelings, but his current feelings towards her. And what I don't like about Satsuki at this point is I've already explained to you guys, I don't like the mystery and the aura and the all the things that they've kind of done around her to kind of make her mysterious and thrillery and stuff. I don't like any of that. I think it's all silly because I think it's all going to end up being that she was abandoned by her family and she was probably put in a she probably has something that would be considered a horrific thing to be done to a child, but at the end of the day, it's not going to be like this, like, you know, she was involved in her dad's murder or her mother's murder or something. It's going to be that maybe she just had a I think you guys know what I'm fishing for. She maybe just had a rough experience, is what I would get at. And she kind of got out of that situation and she's kind of just on her own now. It probably ends up being all that it is, but she kind of airs that mystery. The show keeps airing that mystery around us for whatever reason. But at this point, you know, Naoto, it's kind of awakened something. I think most men go through this at some point is, you know, that wanting to protect, right? And she definitely has something that he definitely wants to protect. He has a past relationship with her. He doesn't hate her. He probably actually likes her. Satsuki was very forward. You know, they have the 2 kissing scenes where she kind of went onto him, and then last episode she kissed him once again. And she keeps telling him like, you know, if you're not interested in me, like leave me alone, kind of thing. And that obviously awakened something in Naoto. And then this episode, he saw her living situation, and that probably awakened something else in him. And he knows that she's working, so that probably awakened something else in him. So at this point now, he's just completely unsure of like, well, what are my feelings towards her and everything else? And then you have Ishihara, you know, confessing and saying, and the thing that he wanted is happening, but because now he has this other thing that he didn't know that he wanted or whatever, it's like now it's there. There's confusion. But then here's where I get pissed off even more. Now we're kind of getting through a solution period, right? Ishihara confessed. He likes Ishihara. Ishihara likes him. Satsuki has not been shy at all. She's like, we're childhood friends, but you need to jump my bones. She's like, it needs to happen kind of thing. So she's not shy. So she likes him, and Naoto may probably subconsciously likes Satsuki, but he can't really admit it to himself for whatever reason. Then where I get even more pissed off is the show in the ED, and I don't know if this is the OP, but the ED for sure has another girl, which is a pink hair girl. So they're going to throw in Kobe, they're gonna throw in another third girl into this mix, which is going to like one. I feel like once we kind of get to a headway, like once we're getting to a point of like, oh, okay, we're about to get, they're gonna have a relationship. They're gonna be like third girl, and it's like, bah, for whatever reason, and that's gonna piss me off even more. So I think this was a 6 out of 10 episode. It was more frustrating than not, but at the end of the day, like, it is what it is. And I guess I just like self-harm at this point because I am going to be here next week watching with you guys. But let me know what you guys think, you know? I'm watching it out of, like, committal things, right? Like, I kind of, like, I'm reviewing the show on the channel. I'm talking about the show on the channel. I'm doing it to hopefully make, you know, 25 cents off this video. Why are you watching it, though? What is the thing? What is that thing that is keeping you coming back week after week? Whether you watched it on launch day, right? Today's Friday, so whether you watched it today, tonight, whatever, or you're watching it during the weekend, whenever you're watching this video and you're watching the show, what made you say like, let me go in for one more? You know what I mean? Like, what is it? Is it the fan service? You know, is it the, you know, that Ishihara or Satsuki are pretty? Is it, you know, Naoto's relationship with his cute sister? You know, is it just like, oh, this is like, what is it? Let me know that in the comments. What's your thing? But regardless, I'll be here, guys, next week for episode number 7, because apparently I just like to do this to myself. So yeah, have a good rest of your week, month, year, day, evening, morning, whenever you're watching this video, and I'll see you next week. Peace out.